Summer is all about fun in the sun, but too much of a good thing can lead to some not so fun health issues. Luckily, we've got Latasha Shaw from Omni Family Health here to share some smart, simple ways to stay safe while soaking up those rays. Hi, Latasha.
Hello, how are you?
Good. It's great to have you on Studio 17
Thank you for
today.
having me. Thank you.
Okay, so, let's talk about why UV protection is important. I mean, it's important year-round, but in the summertime, we tend to be in the sun more often, right?
Yes, that's correct. So UV protection is very important because prolonged exposure to the sun and UV rays can lead to issues such as sunburns, premature aging of skin. We don't want that. That's what
No, we do not.
And skin cancer. So it's very important.
So let's go through some of your top safety tips, especially during those peak UV hours.
Right. So you really want to limit your time of the UV peak hours, which is about 10 a.m. to about 4 p.m. Definitely wear protective clothing such as long sleeve shirts and pants, large brim hats, and definitely sunscreen.
Yeah.
Definitely sunscreen.
Always
yes.
wear sunscreen. I harp on even my kids, and I'm like, even when you're going to be inside most of the day, I'm like,
yes.
you're going to be outside eventually,
Absolutely.
so you should be wearing it. So let's talk about how people can lower their skin cancer risk and how early should we start this prevention?
So you really want to start early as possible, right? Making a making a habit of skin prevention is very important. You always want to, again, wear your sunscreen, use protective clothing such as sunglasses and large brim hats.
I mean, I think it's good with when they're babies, right? We need
Absolutely.
to make sure that they're kind of in the routine then too, because then they know, like, every day we're going to put on our sunscreen, especially if we're going to go, we're going to go to the park or we're going to go to the beach. That way, they're not fussing over it or fighting us.
Yes,
if we try
you have to be consistent, right?
Yeah.
A habit do it every day. Consistency is the key.
And not only should we be protecting our skin, but we also need to protect our eyes,
yes.
right?
Yes. Yes, you have to wear eye protection, right? You want to look for sunglasses, has a UV rating of like 95% to 100%. Prolonged exposure, again, to the eyes can cause cataracts and even certain cancers around the eyes as well.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I didn't even know that.
Yes.
So the sun can cause cancer all over.
Yeah.
That's wild.
All over.
Okay, so let's talk about hydration, especially, we're hitting peak summertime here. We hit triple digits, so let's talk about how hydration is really important.
When you drink your fluids, it's going to prevent dehydration, right? So that's what we're aiming for. We don't want our family and friends dehydrated and at risk during our summertime hours.
Right. And then a big risk of not only is dehydration, right, but heat stroke. So let's talk about some of the signs of heat stroke.
So when you're starting to have symptoms and signs of a throbbing headache, slurred speech, dizziness, nausea, vomiting, you have to be careful. And I would definitely seek emergency medical treatment. Yes.
And how quickly can this happen? I mean, is this something that can kind of creep up on you while we're out in the sun?
You'll feel yourself, sweating profusely. When you're thirsty, that is kind of too late, right? So that's why you want to drink your fluids throughout the day. So those are some signs, yes.
Okay, so it's all about protecting ourselves this summer. We need to stay hydrated. We need to keep that sunscreen on. If anyone needs to contact Omni Family Health, how do they get a hold of you?
Our number is 1-866-707-6664.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming on Studio 17 today.
Thank you for having me.
It was great having you.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to keep chatting. More Studio 17 coming up.